Hi, this is Tara B, and I want to talk about opera today. Some of you hear the word opera and you might cringe a little because I know that a lot of people find opera very strange and big, and a lot of people think that it's unnatural. But I think that sometimes if you have an understanding of anything, I guess a little bit more, it might make you appreciate it. One thing or a couple things in life I'm not that thrilled about is I really don't enjoy watching sports on TV. I'm not a big football fan, basketball, especially on TV, like watching it from home. But I will tell you that a few years ago, someone during a Vikings game just kind of sat me down and explained more about the game, explained about the players, explained about some of the strategies and skills, and it really made me have an appreciation for the game differently than without any knowledge about it. And I actually think the same can be true for opera. Now, opera started in the 16th century, so it was before there was any amplification of sound. I mean, we had concert halls, but there were no microphones. So if you think about it, people had to sing over an entire orchestra. And even having to do that, it meant that the sound had to be as big, as full, as projected as possible. So I know people think that singing opera is unnatural to the voice, but actually it's the most natural thing you can do for singing because it means there's no tension in the voice. There's no tension in the muscles. There's no tension in the jaw. The breath is working to support it as most wonderfully as possible. And then the sound is being projected. And people are sustaining that singing for up to 3 hours, which takes a lot of skill. And yet they make it look easy. In fact, if you think of good athletes, when I see like Olympians, for instance, everything about what they're doing looks easy, but they have learned how to do things in such a way too that their body is the most relaxed so that it can do what it was meant to do. And that's kind of what happens in singing an opera. Now, part of the reason that we're in opera, in classical singing, it's so much higher is so that it can be heard and fill a whole auditorium. In fact, when we sing popular music is somewhat manipulated because you can change the sound of your voice certain ways. Your voice box might move up or down in some way to get a certain sound. But like if I sing just any song like "Smile, though your heart is aching," smile, that's pretty close to about right where I'm talking. And so to most people that sounds natural because we speak there. However, we don't tend to speak up here. So if I'm singing something from an aria like "O mio bambino caro, no," I don't really talk up there, so it's very strange to hear, right? But it's, again, the necessity to fill an entire auditorium helps us when we're singing those kind of higher spaces of our voice. And in opera, there are two things that happen. It is a theatrical production, sort of like Broadway. In fact, it's kind of funny because nowadays, if you think of pop concerts, and whether it's rock or pop or country, you talk about theatrical productions. People are changing clothes, have all kinds of costumes. They have light shows that are amazing, sets sometimes. So it's really not that overdone compared to opera. I mean, opera isn't so different from that. And the one difference with opera is having to do with there's no speaking. It's just all singing. And the singing part is divided into what we call a recitative, don't you love that word, and arias. The recitative parts are the parts where it's almost like they're speaking it, but it's singing. Like da-da-da-da, ta-ta, ta-da-da-da-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta. Can you see them singing? Da-da-da-da, I'm saying this, and then I'm saying that. So that's the recitative, and then the arias are the songs that are so beautiful. They're well known. For instance, I'm going to see Carmen soon, and like the one very well known aria in Carmen, I don't know the French right now, but it's the "No da 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 da, and so on. I'm going to mess it up, but you get the idea. Those are those songs, those arias that are kind of well known. Anyway, I just think opera is a wonderful experience. I know it, like I said, it uses different parts of the voice. In fact, when people have to get high and sustain it, there has to be all that support behind them, that breath and the ability to be very dramatic. The no, that kind of feeling. And it's loud. But again, has to project over an orchestra. Orchestras today, they might have a little bit of miking, I'm not sure, but the singers, they're able to do those 3 hours worth of singing and make it look easy. So, I know this may or may not make you want to go to an opera, but good luck to you trying it. And I would encourage, if you do, go see one live. It's just better live than trying to go listen on some CD or online. I think you get the whole experience that way. But thanks for listening today, and who knows? Maybe I'll see you at the next opera. All right? Bye.